You are live. All right, we are live. I love it when it tells me that. That's pretty cool stuff. Okay, guys, so we are using the other platform right now, and we are streaming live on Facebook. We're streaming live on Twitter, and we're streaming live on all the platforms. Okay. Now, TradingView, for some reason, TradingView is having some problems with its live stream. Who knows what the heck is going on? But we've got this, so we are going to take it from here. The only thing is, I don't know if I'll be able to see your comments. I don't know if I'll be able to see your comments right now. So let me take a look here. Let me. I've got to figure out. I've got your comments up here on YouTube. So I've got the YouTube chat open. I could see comments on the YouTube chat. I've got to figure out how you guys could get into the live chat. I'm going to figure that out today. How I can get you guys into the live chat on StreamYard that I'm looking at, because then when you ask a question, I could pull it up like this, and it will put your question up here for everybody to see. That's pretty cool. So, alrighty then. YouTube channel. If you go to the Chris Giuliano, not just Chris Giuliano, go to the Chris Giuliano, and you will see it on YouTube. Hey, there is Anne-Marie Savino is on here. Anne-Marie Savino is live with ready with questions on YouTube. Hey, that's great. If you could find if you can find me on YouTube there, I'm doing something right. That's awesome. All right, Anne Marie is here, and we are going to look at the markets. Anne Marie, if you have any questions, you just type it in there to the chat, and I'll see it on YouTube. But I have to figure out how to. Oh, look at that! Wait a second, Simon is here too. Look at that! Wait a minute here. Anne Marie is here. Simon is here. Everything is going into the chat on StreamYard. All right, guys. All right. Very cool. Very cool. So now, um, if you if you have a question, I'll be able to pull it up if need be. If need be. Pretty cool. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. This software is working out pretty well now. I'm wondering if I am live on the TradingView platform right now. Simon, are you on the TradingView platform right now watching me, or you're on YouTube watching me? Just let me know real quick, because this is excellent. If it's pulling, I think it might be pulling all of the chats from the platform that you're working on, and it's putting it right onto the one platform for me, so I don't have to have each chat room up, to answer a quick YouTube. Okay, Simon's watching on YouTube. Okay, all right, very cool. So he's typing into the YouTube chat, and it's actually coming up on here. All right, well, very good. Well, this is excellent. This is excellent. No need. That's okay, Simon. Yeah, if it's if I'm on there, if I'm on TradingView, I'd like to know that would be okay. So, that's why we started a little bit late today, guys. Sorry about that. TradingView is just not letting me on to its live stream. Hey, Frank Savino is here. Good morning, Frank. Frank Savino is here. Wow, awesome. That is so cool. All right. Let's see here. Cannot see you in the TradingView platform. Okay, thanks, Simon. I appreciate that. So it might not be compatible with this, even though I tried hooking it up. We'll see if we can do that, because there's a lot of people on TradingView that will follow. I'll have to start directing them over to YouTube. That just seems to be the easiest platform. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into it right now. Um, I'm on the crude oil contract. I was looking at crude oil because, as you can see, if you pull up your TrendCloud scanning system, you can see crude oil is in the demand section, meaning we've got this right here, right? We've got this uptrend coming, forming on the 15-minute chart, and it is followed up with the momentum on that middle time frame, right? So when we have trend and momentum in the same direction, it's going to populate on our chart here on our zone scanner so that we could focus in on it. Now, um, just because it's on here, you still have to go through your process, right? So we are in a downtrend on both the 1 hour and the 4 hour chart. So you see how the colors don't match, right, guys? I color coordinated everything. So Trend Cloud is going to let you know that you've got some mixed signals here. Okay, so we've got mixed signals here. So um, we might be able to take some Trend Cloud short-term signals, based off of the trend and momentum on the charts, but we're against the trend. So right now, crude oil is forming its 5-minute open range, which we don't have yet. Um, and if it breaks out to the upside, then we know, hey, it's following momentum here. Look where we are in the context of this trade. We are heading right towards we are heading right towards this rate, right? We are going to run smack dab into a wall, right? So this is very possible. Let's see what happens, but it's very possible that we do something like this. We break out to the upside. We break out to the upside, and then it pulls back and just completely breaks through because of trend. Trend is down on the middle time frame. Trend is down on the high time frame, but we've got momentum going up. So again, we've got these two opposing forces here. We've got a downtrend, which is very, very, very strong, and we've got upward momentum. So we've got this this collision of power. And that usually leads to indecision, right? It usually leads to indecision. So let's see what happens here. Um, let's see if crude oil runs into a wall and bounces off of it. If we break through all of this, if we have a nice breakthrough of this supply zone, well, then we can really start looking for a move up. But it would really have to break through it would really have to break through a lot of structure. This is actually from here to here, right? It would really have to break through this zone, okay? And it still would be in a downtrend on that highest time frame. So do you see how context is so important? And yes, it's more complicated. I just said a lot of words there, right? It's more complicated. So instead of looking at just one chart, like what people usually do at first is they look at just one chart. They look at just one chart and just one thing, right? Just one indicator. Now, trend cloud is a combination of several indicators, so that's good. If you just have trend cloud, that's fine. You can put these other um, elements on your chart, like the cycle indicator, the MACD, CCI indicator. These are free on any platform, I've just modified them a bit, okay? I've just modified them. And then, of course, with the entire TrendCloud system, you'll get the scanner, the ADR checkpoints, right, which are very useful. In fact, we're heading into one right now on crude oil. That's inside that's inside of a supply zone, right? See that right here? We've got a bunch of things here. We've got the ADR checkpoint right there in the middle of our supply zone. We've got the previous days open right in the middle of that zone, practically on top of that ADR checkpoint, right? If we grab Fibonacci, swing high to swing low, we've got a 786 and an 886 that sort of sandwiched the two other elements there, the ADR checkpoint and the previous days open. So this is a very strong piece of evidence here. Remember, it's like watching a bus go down the street, right? You're watching a bus go down the street and, oh, look at that. We've got some news popped up here. But this trend, this upward movement here into this area. So let's say you're watching a bus go down a busy street and you're trying to determine, well, what is the bus going to do? How can you predict that? You know, you've got your binoculars, you're looking at this thing going down the street, and you're trying to bet with your friend, you know, like, "Oh, I bet I can tell which way the bus is gonna head." Well, maybe you see a construction site up ahead, and you're like, "All right, it's gotta stop at the construction site, or it's gotta turn around." It puts the left blinker on, you know, and you're like, "Oh, it's probably gonna go left." You know, there's all of these signals. Let's see. Simon, when Simon's asking, when you added your resistance zone, how come it comes up all three as it doesn't do that on my end? Let's see. The resistance zone. Let's see here. When you added your resistance, oh, this here, the the supply zone here. It's not. This is not showing up. Well, what this is the box tool down here, Simon. If you look down here, you'll see okay, yeah, so, um, this is only gonna show up on my screen because I drew this on my screen. Um, this here is the box zone. It's a rectangle. It's in, I just created a little favorites bar here. Okay, but the box tool is on the side here on your, trading view, and if you click onto this, you will see right here, rectangle. Just put the little star on there, and it will show up as a favorite, okay, and then you can just drag this and put it down here. That's only gonna show up on my screen. When I do it on my computer, what is that? When I do it on my computer, on the 4-hour chart, it doesn't show up. It doesn't add that zone. I added to the 2 other charts I've got. Oh, I see. Okay, so, what you wanna do okay, so what he's saying is, yeah, yeah, okay, so it's not showing up globally for you. So you're just putting it on, one chart, and it's not showing up over here, or you're putting it on here, and it's not showing up here and here. Um, that is a setting, okay. Where is that setting? Let's click onto here, right? It doesn't copy that. Right, right, I gotcha. Okay, so it might be go to visibility, okay, double click onto the box you drew. It will bring up the rectangle, and let's see here. Is it on here? It could be visibility, make sure that all of these are checked and that this slider is all the way over to the right. Okay, make sure that you've got that because if I let's say I uncheck um, the seconds and the minutes, see how it disappears? See that? And then maybe I only want to see it on the middle chart. Then you can go over to 4 hour and drag that to let's see, or just yeah, you would have to play around with that. Yep, there you go. Yeah, so, sometimes you don't it's just one way to keep everything, uh, nice and neat. Sometimes you don't want it to show up, sometimes you don't want it to show up. You would have to do something like that. Okay, and here we go. So we're breaking out to the upside on crude oil here. Let's go to the 5-minute chart, the 5-minute opening range. So we formed this base rally. Okay, we've got that right there. So that is our zone right there. So you see, might be a lot of people watching this, and they're only looking at one chart, right? Um, get rid of that. They're only looking at one chart, and they might not know how to draw this stuff. They might not see, if you don't have this on your chart, it's gonna look pretty blank. Maybe you don't even have Fibonacci on your chart, right? And if you don't have this on your chart, it's gonna look great, right? It's gonna be like, "Oh, wow, yeah, we're breaking out to the upside here," on the 5-minute opening range. Maybe they just drew the opening range lines on here, and it's breaking out. So they're actually buying this thing right in here, and it's heading towards some resistance, right? It's heading towards some resistance. Now it might work, right? It might work, but they're not looking at this. If you look at multiple time frames, now you see a bigger picture here, don't you? Breakout to the upside, right? Momentum is very strong. So this is a momentum move. And look how TrendCloud's giving you a signal right here, and it's right at the open. Okay. Cycling up, cycling up. We've got all of this momentum to the upside, but it's crashing into a ceiling, right? It's crashing into resistance right here on the 1-hour chart, inside of a supply zone. And on the 4-hour chart, we're pulling back into the trend cloud, right? This is early in the trend. In general, when you have trend cloud on your chart, like Simon, I know you just got trend cloud, you're gonna see impulse down, correction into the trend cloud. Impulse down, correction into the trend cloud. We just have to assume that it's gonna do that. Impulse down again, right? So that's that is how price moves when inside of trend cloud, okay? So that's a guide. We use that as a reference point, and that's exactly how we designed this. We use it as a reference point, um, to map out price. And it's just one part of it, right? So right now, Simon, you're just getting used to how price moves when you have trend cloud on the chart. So, you should be simulating all of that and drawing it out. Go to, pick a random instrument, gold, oil, the S&P, Ford, Google, whatever. Bring it up on the chart and grab that little line tool and just, um, make some drawings, right? Impulse up, pull back into the trend cloud. Impulse up, pull back into the trend cloud. Impulse up, okay? That's what, yeah. Yeah, nice. Oh gosh, yeah, do it definitely on Bitcoin, right? Definitely on Bitcoin. Good, and this is a great tool to have for your cryptocurrencies, because crypto is so volatile, right? You need like, you need a mapping system. So right now we're pulling up into, this high time frame trend cloud on the highest time frame. Remember, highest time frame always takes precedence, right? Always take the context of the highest time frame. Okay, so there we go. So we're pulling back into the 4-hour trend cloud with a lot of momentum. So this could fake a lot of people out. We're hitting that first AVO checkpoint, okay, bouncing off of it there. I'll open this up so you guys can see it better. And this is a great opportunity, to just watch how everything on your chart, especially if you've got the whole trend cloud system, how it reacts. You've got to make your observations and understand how price reacts to support and resistance, how price reacts to supply and demand. And once you make your observations and you learn how price reacts to those 6 elements, right? Trend, momentum, cycles, supply and demand, support and resistance across multiple time frames, right? When you understand that, you can say, it's just like watching that bus go down the street, right? "Ah, okay, we're heading into a supply zone. I know how price reacts to that. It usually backs off a bit. Sometimes it goes sideways and then continues up. You're going to get a feel for this, and that's what these live trading sessions are used for, okay? Um, so we made a little reaction off of, this area here. Let's bring up our cycle indicator. Cycle indicator on that 5-minute chart just starting to hook back down, right? It's just starting to hook back down, so does that mean we're going to do something like this, right? Until we get to until we get all the way back down to here, right? That's how it moves. Up, goes sideways a little, down, goes up, down. Okay, cycles, right? This thing cycles through the upward movement here, right here, cycling up, right? Cycling up. Pull down into the trend cloud, cycle down, right? Move back up here to here, right? Move back down into the trend cloud, cycles down, and then finally, cycles up from here, whoops, from here to here, okay? That's how it moves. You'll get used to that. And sometimes it'll do these little mini cycles, right? It'll just be a little and then it goes, right? That was a very technical term there. Okay, let's get so there you go. That is how price is reacting right now. So the idea is with TrendCloud, you don't wanna just take every signal, right? You wanna train yourself to understand the movement of price, how it reacts to TrendCloud, and how it reacts to the other 6 elements that make up your TrendCloud system. Trend, momentum, cycles, support and resistance, supply and demand across the multiple time frames. That's a lot to look at. That's a lot to look at. So what I recommend is just start off like what Simon did. You just start off with TrendCloud. Just put TrendCloud on your chart and start looking at how price reacts to it. That's the beginning stages of this. And what your eyes do, this is called shaping. You can look it up in any psychology book. It's really interesting stuff. If you look at a shape, like a if you everybody knows what a triangle looks like, right? If you look at a triangle and, um, if you look at a picture of a triangle, your eyes automatically shape the triangle. Then if you look at another picture of a triangle, only there's a little piece of it missing, your eye will actually shape it and put that in there. It's very interesting. So you could see, um, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. But, if you look at it like this, right? So it's like, okay, I know what a triangle looks like. So your eyes shape the triangle. Now, if I did something like this, right? You still see the triangle, right? Your eye kind of connects that point from there to there. Or even if you didn't have this point, right? Your eye your eye will connect the dots. You can still see the triangle there because it's kind of burned into your brain, it's very interesting stuff. So, your eyes will do that when you start looking at TrendCloud. The more you use it, the more you're going to, understand how price will move according to it. Yeah, yeah, Simon. Yeah, just using, separate charts with different times has helped incredibly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. You use, when you use multiple time frames, what you're doing is you're adding that element, you know, to your, to your trading, and you're seeing things that other people aren't seeing. Like this right here, look at how we're reacting off of this zone, right? So some people, they're gonna just look at momentum, or or they're just going to look at, the break, the opening range on this 5-minute chart. That's all they're looking at. That's all they're looking at, right? And, and if that's all you're looking at, you're missing out on what's going on the big picture, right? You've gotta have a bird's eye view of this thing. "Hey, Gary, what's going on?" Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't have my phone, with me. I don't have my phone at my desk here right now. But yeah, good to see you. Let's see. So, yeah, so we can see how we're reacting off of this level. This is not just the previous day's open on this chart here. We've also got an ADR checkpoint, average daily range, right? These are checkpoints for the average daily range. We've got the 1-hour chart running into our supply zone, right? We're running into our supply zone here on the 1 hour, and we're also running into, the trend cloud on the high time frame. Those are all resistance levels. Those are all resistance levels. Um, yeah, and it does. It helps to see what's coming and what has happened. Absolutely. So remember, the context of your trade, you always take off of the highest time frame. I always say that because this is the main, um, objective, or this is the main energy that's being used the most on your chart, the highest time frame. Because again, mass psychology, right? Um, a resistance level, right? A moving average on the 4-hour chart is much more significant than a moving average on the 1-hour chart. The moving average on the 1-hour chart is much more significant than the moving average on the, um, 5-minute chart, okay? Mass psychology, all right? So we did a little bounce off of this. We are still in the middle here. If we break through if we break through this supply zone, that means momentum had enough power in it to rip through a supply zone. We might have a chance then, on catching this to the upside, but to be honest with you guys, it's still a mixed signal because we have a downtrend on the high time frame, right? The only time that you can, take a trade with the TrendCloud system is when you've got trend and momentum on your side, okay? So what you're watching and what could make you a little impatient is that you're actually calling the shots. When you get good at calling the shots, you might trick yourself into taking the trade, and then it goes haywire on you, right? But it's a good sign when you start calling the shots and you say, "All right, this thing is gonna break out. We're gonna get stuck here, and it's either gonna, do a little pullback and break through, or it's going to, it's going to continue this downward movement here because of the trend," right? You'll start calling the shots. That's the first part of your trading, of your training in technical analysis, is to start calling the shots for yourself, right? Um, so mixed signals on crude oil, but momentum on the short term is so strong, it's pulling up on our zone scanner. And Gary, I updated the zone scanner, so if you have it on your chart, just X out of it, okay? Just, X out of your zone scanner, and I did update the contracts in there, for everybody, okay? And also, Gary, in the new, in the new trade plan, we're using 15-minute inside of that zone scanner, 15-minute and 1 hour, and I'm finding that if you use those values. Oh, yeah, um, on your zone scanner, okay, just go over to it where you have it on your chart, or maybe you don't have it on your chart, but just X out of the zone scanner, remove it, and then go back into your invite only scripts and put it back on your chart, okay? Because I reprogrammed it for everybody. I put all the latest contracts in it for you guys. Okay, so you should have all the latest contracts in it. Um, yeah, yep. And then make sure you change the value. 15-minute for your trending time frame, and 1 hour for your momentum CCI indicator. And what that's doing, I know Kazi has been having a lot of luck with this. It's giving us, and it worked here actually on crude oil. See the signal, Gary, and Simon? There's the signal to your trend cloud. That's the momentum signal. Everything that's on this chart, you have a really good chance. Um, wait, you go to oh, yeah, yeah, sure, sure. You've got a really good chance of, making this signal when you see it on your chart here, on your zone scanner. Because on the zone scanner, we're now using 15-minute, okay? 15-minute and 1 hour on your zone scanner. So, just take a snapshot of that. But I did update everybody on that. So 15-minute and 1 hour, and look at how nicely that's working. 2024, that's the new plan. That is the new 15 and 1 hour on your zone scanner, okay? And it's giving us really nice signals. Here's the entry, right? Let's just X out of this real quick. Here's your signal right here. See that? See how it lines up with the momentum on that CCI indicator, 1-hour chart, and also the momentum on the 4-hour chart? Beautiful right there. How do you take that? Right here. Here's your entry, here's your stop loss. So far, it's working, but we don't really have asymmetrical leverage, do we? And we learned that word, asymmetrical leverage, from our good friend, Mr. Larry Height. If you haven't read this book, guys, I highly recommend it. I do have it on my website under books, and you can grab a copy of that. Audiobook is excellent. Audiobook is excellent. I've got a subscription for a membership to Audible. Audible is fantastic. You get 1 book a month. You guys should read at least 1 book a month or listen to it. I like to get both. I like to have the book in my hand and to also listen because it's the actual author, um, reading it, and it's pretty exciting. Okay. All right. So look how we're getting stuck here. See, we're calling the shots, right? Now that's pretty powerful. That's pretty powerful when, you can say, this thing is gonna slow down when it hits here, at this construction site, right? This is like a construction site. What's it going to do? Well, we're cycling down, right? That's a good sign that this is going to pull back into our opening range for the retest. We've got a rally base rally right here. But do you see how close everything is? These major levels of support and resistance are super close together. That's not the best for profit potential, is it? Not the best for profit potential. We've got, very short targets here, and that's not the best, it's not the best trade. It's not the best trade. Some people love trading crude oil so much that they're like, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna trade crude oil, I'm just gonna trade crude oil." And that's fine, but you've gotta have the discipline to walk away from it, when it doesn't fully line up, right? Downtrend with upward momentum, that's a mixed signal. Um, Breaking out to the upside, okay, hey, that's great, but you gotta remember, if you take a momentum trade against the trend, if you take a momentum trade against the trend on your higher time frames, right, you could run into trouble. You run into something like this: momentum, and then trend takes over. Momentum, and then trend takes over. Momentum, trend takes over. That's the situation you put yourself in with mixed signals. Does everybody understand that? That makes sense, right, guys? And the only way you're going to see that is if you're looking at multiple time frames. You're not gonna see that if you're looking at just one time frame. So, that is what will happen. That's the situation you'll put yourself in if you, go against trend, or if you have mixed signals on your chart. right? Good lesson. That's a good lesson. All right, what time is it here? Okay, so we've got the open now. Let's go over to micro S&P. Okay, so look what happened here, guys. Let's focus on the high time frame. Let's focus on the high time frame here. Here's your trend cloud, highest time frame, uptrend, impulse up, correction into the trend cloud. Impulse up, kind of goes sideways, but into trend cloud. Impulse up and correction into the trend cloud. Impulse up. Fifth wave. Fifth wave, right? Zoom in. What do we have here? Fifth wave, blue candles. When you start turning blue, right? When the trend cloud starts turning blue, the trend is extended. The trend is extended, okay? And what what does price wanna do when the trend becomes extended? It wants to recalculate. So this pulled all the way down to, the trend cloud, right? Didn't close below, tried to make another move up right to here, and then finally closed below that line in the sand, right? This is our line in the sand, that green line, right? So we've recalculated, and this has chosen to continue the move down. Where are we at right now? Look left, structure leaves clues, right? There we go. We are in this level of demand, and that's what we are hitting right now on our highest time frame. Now let's focus in on the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart, same thing happened. Impulse down, correction into the trend cloud. Impulse down, correction into the trend cloud. Impulse down, fifth wave, pulls back 6, impulse down, never recalculated. So we've got a 1-hour trend that is extended and inside the demand zone. Well, how does price react to demand zones? They usually bounce off of them, right? This is a level of imbalance between buyers and sellers. A level of imbalance between buyers and sellers. So price, you know, we have to decide just by looking at the chart, okay, if there are still more buyers here, right? If there are still more buyers in here, we should get this, right? So that's one piece of information. Let's stack another piece of information on there. Trend cloud, right? Extended candles. What does price like to do when the trend becomes extended? It likes to break above the 50 simple. It likes to break above the 50 simple on your trend cloud and recalculate. Recalculate and either go sideways, continue to move up, or recalculate and continue the move down. You'll never know that part of the puzzle. You'll never know that part of the puzzle, but you can keep an eye on it and look for clues as to what it's doing, right? By watching the candles. Just like watching that bus go down a busy street, okay? So that is where we're at right now. So if we just stack some information, okay, high time frame, we've got uh, we've got this going on, right? We've got this going on the high time frame. This is the 4-hour demand zone. We've got a 1-hour trend, right? This is the 1-hour chart. We've got a 1-hour trend going down, and we have just become extended into that 5th wave, 6th wave, pulling down into the 7th wave. This is gonna form a 7th wave inside of a high time frame demand zone. That's some powerful information to have. Let's take a look now at the lowest time frame. Whoops, okay. Now we're gonna stack information. We're gonna stack the information, right? We still have momentum is downtrend, everything's pointing down, but middle time frame is extended inside of a high time frame demand zone. That could be a roadblock, right? Here's the 5-minute chart. Is it also on the 15? No? Alright. 5-minute chart here. Look what's happening. Look what's happening on the 5-minute chart. Impulse down, correction into the trend cloud, impulse down, correction into the trend cloud. 6th, 7th wave. 7th wave also on the 5-minute chart. Hmm. Look at this indecision here. Look at how everything in here, right? Look how everything in here, is sort of bouncing back and forth in this area, right? The bus has slowed down, big construction site. So we've got high time frame demand zone, number 1. We've got an extended trend on the 1-hour chart that really needs to reverse and recalculate, and we've got a 5-minute trend that really needs to reverse and recalculate, and it's all inside of a high time frame demand zone. We're stacking information. So, what do we need to do? What do we need to do in this situation? Well, are we ready to take the trade yet? Well, let's see. If we just went on that information, we would be counter trend, right? We'd be against the trend to go long, right? This is still a downtrend, a very strong downtrend, and we'd be against momentum. So, you know, it are we going to take this long right now? No. We're just the trend cloud is just giving us information that we're using to build our analysis. We're just building our analysis. So some people may just, say, "Hey, I'm just gonna take this long here." Hey, great. You do what you wanna do, you know? Or, just like at Online Trading Academy, when you first start Online Trading Academy and you learn about supply and demand zones, and you're like, "Oh, we're heading into a demand zone." You gotta go long, and that's all you look at, right? Remember doing that? I did that at first. "Oh, I'm just gonna take every demand zone I see." Uh, not the best idea, right? Not the best idea to go against trend and momentum across multiple time frames. That, my friends, is why we have this. This tool here on your TrendCloud system is exactly for that. Everything in here has trend and momentum in the same direction, right? This whole thing here has trend and momentum to the downside. These 2 contracts, have trend and momentum to the upside, and we're on crude oil here. This is the 5-minute. Inside here is the 15-minute, right? So inside here, let's put 15-minute on here, and this is actually picking up on we've got we've got the wrong contract in here. I'm sorry. I'm looking at, that's crude oil. We're looking at the ES. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't had breakfast yet. So here it is, right? ESH, right? Micro ESH down, right? Because we've got the 15-minute and the 1 hour momentum to the downside, right? So inside of here, and if we look at crude oil, let's go back and look at crude oil. Crude oil, right? Upward trend, upward momentum. That's why it's in here. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I hope I didn't confuse anyone. Crude oil is on here because we've got an upward 15-minute trend, green candles, and upward momentum, meaning above positive 100 on your CCI indicator. Right? So it's all in here, right? Upward trend, upward momentum, put it in the up column. And look what it's doing. We are breaking through. Okay, so we are breaking through that structure there, right? We're breaking out of the opening range on that 5-minute chart. So you see how powerful these trend cloud signals are? So if we actually took this signal, we'd be making some money right now. Okay, today was more of a structural lesson. So right there. Okay, let's see what other signals are working. Let's just do that because it is 10 o'clock now. So let's go back over to the ES. We'll go to the micro on that 5-minute chart. There you go. All right. This is extended. We probably will see some kind of deep pullback from this area here. But we are looking for shorts. We're looking for shorts, but we've got an extended trend that's in a high time frame demand zone. So that's really not the best way to short something, right? We don't want to short this because we're in the demand zone, and we don't want to go long because we don't have trend and momentum on our side. Mixed signals, right? Now, where is 7 o'clock? Let's go. 7 o'clock in the morning. Here's 6 o'clock in the morning. Look what's working. Okay. If you were up at 6 a.m., Kazi might have been up at 6 a.m. But look right there, trend cloud signal to the downside, following your zone scanner. Big move down. So if you were up at 6 a.m., you could have taken this trade right here. There's your entry, there's your exit, boom. Big move down, here's your target. Okay. What happened right here? Same thing. Downward signal, right? Here's your entry. Here's your stop loss. Big move down. Look at the whipsaw here now that's taking place. Look at the indecision taking place here, right? Whipped up. Okay. This is very powerful, guys. Your zone scanner, now that we've adjusted everything, okay, so Gary, again, 15-minute for your time frame, 1 hour for your time frame down here. This is the trend. This is the momentum. Works beautifully on the 5-minute trend cloud signal. All right. Beautiful stuff. Let's go to the YM. Micro YM. That's up here as well. 5-minute chart. Look at the 5-minute signal. Here's your entry. Here's your stop loss. Boom. 2 to 1. Here's your entry. Here's your stop loss. That's like 5 to 1. Okay. How about the micro NQ? Is that up here as well? Um, micro NQ not up here. It's not up here. And look at how this signal didn't work as well, right? If you were up at 6 o'clock again, 6 a.m., um, entry, stop loss, there you go. Pulls into TrendCloud, makes another move down, okay? And if you're following it down, right, then you're out right here. It just stopped you out, but it wasn't as strong. Micro Russell, very strong, right here, right? Entry, stop loss, big move down. Really nice move on the Russell. So guys, if you're a beginner, um, just put your zone scanner up here and start doing this. Put the zone scanner up. So far, everything on the zone scanner today has worked. Okay, that's very powerful. That is so powerful. Let's go over to gold. Here's the micro gold. Okay, 5-minute chart. This was super strong. 3 o'clock in the morning. I definitely was not up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Gold was so strong to the downside, it didn't even pull back. Yeah, definitely, Gary. I'll jump on there and find out what's going on. I think you've got, let's see. Here's the inside of the trend cloud, okay? 1 hour. Actually, you want all of this checked. You want all this stuff checked off. I'll get you straightened out today, Gary. No worries. You'll have everything perfect. I'll give you a call right after this. Um, that is a simple adjustment. You might have something else going on here. We will get you straightened out. Okay, so here we're on the 5-minute chart of gold. It is to the downside, and it did not pull back it didn't pull back into the cloud enough to even give us a signal. How about on the 15-minute chart? Nope. 15-minute chart, even less, right? There's that 3 a.m. signal. Let's go to platinum, PLJ. PLJ. Let's go to that 5-minute chart. Momentum is down, trend is down. Let's take a look at platinum here. Okay. Short signal. Here's 7 a.m., right? And then we came into a whole bunch of whipsaw, right? Because here would be entry, stop loss, and went down, pulled back up. Oh, you made like a one-to-one. Made a one-to-one there. A little bit more than one-to-one, right? 1.5, 1.5 to 1, and then it pulled back pretty deep, and this was the winner, right? Pulled back deep, right? Stopped you out here, so you got a 1.5 to 1. Got another signal here, right? Enter, stop loss, deep pullback, right? And there you go, right to there. And now we have pulled back. We're still in this. It's still in this trade, but we've broken above trend cloud now. So now we're going sideways, right? We've got a sideways move. Not bad. How about silver? Silver is also on here. Let's go to, silver. Beautiful move on silver. Entry, stop loss. Nice move down. Guys, I mean, the results speak for themselves, okay? Look, the results speak for themselves. Here's our account history. We're killing it. 2024 is gonna be a huge year, okay? Just put that TrendCloud system on your chart. Start getting through those courses. Ask me questions. Gary, I'm gonna straighten you out today. This is what's going on for 2024, okay? This is what's going on in 2024. I will get you guys there. That is my goal. All right, we got the Swiss on here. Let's take a look at the Swiss, okay? Swiss, let's look at the full contract here. This is the 5-minute, go out to the 15. Again, 3 o'clock in the morning, wasn't up right here. 8:30 in the morning, 15-minute chart. Here's your entry, here's your stop loss, and made a little bit of money and then whipsawed right up, took you out. That's if you're just looking at that, right? If you're just looking at the signal. So that was like only 2 out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that we did. Guys, that's a pretty good track record. That's a pretty good track record. Okay. Um, euro. Take a look at the 6E. 15-minute chart, pretty strong to the downside. Jump on that 5-minute, and we've gone sideways here, right? Sideways movement. We don't want any part of sideways movements, right? Broke out, pulling back, okay? Whipsaw, whipsaw. But look what it did. Pulled into the trend cloud, right? Impulse down, pulls into the trend cloud, impulse down. Pulls into the trend cloud, impulse down, right? Deep pullback, doesn't reverse, right? But it comes up into this rally base, drop base drop right there. And we have back down. We've pulled all the way back down to here. Here's current price. Here's current price. Okay. So it's giving us the correct direction because we're lining up trend and momentum. Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Gary. Gary says, I'm not doubting you. I'm counting on you. That's right. I'm on the hook. Sam Godin, one of my favorite mentors in business, he says, when you have a service, when you have a product, you're on the hook for that product. You stand behind it. And I totally believe in that. And it's what motivates me. It's what it is what motivates me and activates all of the neurons in my brain to aggressively go after success for my clients. And it is the best life that you can live when you can. The difference between here's the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Rich is when you can live off of your savings, for like 3 to 5 years. Wealthy is when you can dedicate yourself to something that's bigger than you, and not have it affect your finances. That's to me, that's what wealth is. Rich, live off of your savings for 3 to 5 years, and it doesn't affect you, right? Wealth is when you can dedicate yourself to something bigger than yourself and not have it affect your finances. Give that energy and that time, you know, to something bigger than you. Man, you've got I think that's a good way to live. I think that's a good way to live your life. And, boy, I listen to a lot of Jordan Peterson too. He really, he gets into that, as well. But that's it. Okay, so trend cloud signals working very well. Thanks, Gary. Thank you. Working out very well, and, again, the parameters, the values on your scanning system, 15 and 1 hour, and that is going to give us the first glimpse into what price is doing. And it's going to set us up for these momentum signals, okay? So if you see something on here, if you see a contract inside of your zone scan, jump onto that 5 or 15-minute chart and start looking, okay? Start looking for those signals. And here on crude oil, like, let's just take a look. I was kind of in teaching mode today, which is what I'm supposed to do, what I'm supposed to do, right? But, here's your entry, here's your exit, right? Let's say how much is this gonna cost us? Okay, remember, we're assuming a $20,000 account, so we can't go over $200, right? So we need to adjust. There you go. This is 3 contracts, and here's current price, okay? Oh, look at that, 420, Elon Musk's favorite number, 420. So or, Bill Maher, right? Bill Maher's favorite number. Uh, so, there's your profit there, right? And with 3 contracts, we would be scaling out of this position. And again, the reason why we didn't take this signal is because we were running right into this major supply zone here, and it broke through, and it broke through. So now we can start to put that information together, right? We can put that information together now, um, on our charts and say, okay, see this now? Look at your middle chart now. Starting to turn up. TrendCloud is saying, giving us a glimpse of green here. We've broken through our supply zone. We've broken through structure. Momentum is up on the middle time frame. It's up on the high time frame. It's up on the low time frame, right? Just like watching that bus go down the block, we are picking up clues here as to what to do, okay? No worries, Gary. I will send you a text. We'll hook up today, and I'm gonna straighten everything out on that, Trend Cloud for you. No worries. We will get you straightened out. So yeah, so just like reading a car or a bus going down a block, we can see this now, right? We can see this. So it's giving us some signals. It's giving us some signals. But still, trend is still down, right? We don't have the crossover yet, right? Like this right here. See that black plus sign on the low time frame? We need to see that on the middle time frame at least if we're going to do anything to the upside, right? So we're just not there yet. But Trend Cloud is telling us we're moving in that direction. we've got a little flash of green, and we've got our yellow transition candle, right? This candle is morphing from red to green. So I programmed it to produce a yellow candle to say, "Hey, it's, you know, yellow flag on the field. We're probably going to, uh, possibly be transitioning to the upside." The purpose of all of this, the purpose of TrendCloud is to map out price on your chart and give you a visual representation of price across the multiple time frames. Because, like Simon said the other day, "Hey, man, this is a lot to look at." Yes, it is. It's a lot to look at, which is why you've got to get good at color coding the charts, lining everything up across multiple time frames, lining everything up across multiple time frames, and that's what it's doing. But very happy to say, guys, we've got a great system here. The zone scanner is working beautifully. I demonstrated that for you guys. I was in teaching mode today. We didn't take any trades, but we had a lot of opportunities, didn't we? So let's leave these live sessions for teaching. We're going to take as many trades as we can. Um, and if you see something on your end, like sometimes Kazi or Hitch, they'll say, "Hey, gold is making a move or platinum's making a move." I will jump right over to it, and we'll try to get into those trades if TrendCloud lines up properly. Okay, but again, today, what I want you guys to do today, especially Simon, Gary, I know you guys, you're TrendCloud members. Um, Frank, Anne Marie, you guys are members too. So this is for everybody. um, go to your TrendCloud and Simon, just draw those lines out. Just start to observe what TrendCloud does and how it reacts. How it reacts. So Simon, I want you to do this. Impulse down, correction into the cloud. How close does it get to the cloud? Well, this didn't even touch the cloud, and it made another impulse down. This one just barely, not really even touched it and still made a move down. When it doesn't even pull into the cloud, Simon, it means it's a really strong trend to the downside. When it doesn't even touch the cloud. Okay, then it goes sideways, right? Goes sideways, 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 and then down again, right? And then we broke to the upside, and then just draw it again. Impulse up, correction, impulse up. Okay, that's what I want you to get used to, Simon. Um, and then for Gary, I want you to start looking at the zone scanner and going to each contract, right? Okay, we've got micro ES. Let's go to the micro ES, and we're going to start looking at those signals. Okay, here we are. Where's my entry? Here's the signal right there. Where's my stop loss? Right there. Right? What did it do? Impulse down, correction. Impulse down, correction into the cloud, right? Impulse down, correction into the cloud, big move down. Huge move down, big move on that micro ES. Man, I really wish I wish we were in this. Okay, so that is what I want you guys to do. Frank says, "Great, awesome." This is a '69 Camaro that Frank has. He has got a 1969 Camaro, all chromed out. It is absolutely beautiful. It is a true classic car. and he put nitro in it. Uh, he put some nitro in that thing too, and a roll bar, by the way. Okay, so, yes. What's the chances I can get copy of your, uh, simple list? The simple list. Simple list. What's the simple list, Simon? The trade plan? Simple list. Oh, you mean you mean this up here? What is the simple list? Do. If you want, Simon, take a, you can take a screenshot, right? You can take a screenshot of, oops, or if you have that little thingy, this little thingy, you can take a screenshot of that. Is that what you're talking about? Until you, the watch list? Maybe you mean the watch, maybe you mean the symbol. Um, shoot me an email, Simon. Shoot me an email, and, I'll get you whatever you need. No to the right of all your trade. Oh, this thing. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, so this the green list here. So, um, so what I did here, Simon, he's talking about the green list here. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, no problem, man. These are all of the front month, contracts. Symbol on the right. Shoot me take a picture of it, Simon, and send it to me in an email. And send it to me in an email because I still don't know symbol on the right. Don't know what that is. This the trade values. All of this, Simon? You can do a copy file. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, sure. I'll shoot that to you in an email. I'll shoot that to you in an email. No problem. All right. Okay, guys, it's 10:30. Went a little overtime. That was a great session, guys. Great learning experience. So yeah, do that homework. Simon, just draw out those lines. Make sure you get a solid understanding of how price moves. Um, and then Gary, start looking at those signals, line up everything that's on here. You line up those signals and um, and do the same thing. Draw it out, line them up. Where's your entry? Where's your stop loss? Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Good chat. Uh, I will see everybody here tomorrow, 9 a.m. And yep, Gary, I will give you a call when you're ready. Just let me know. I'll grab my phone. And Simon, if you want to chat as well, no problem. Just shoot me an email and we can jump on a call, no problem. All right, guys. Good job, everybody. I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Take care, everyone.